Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back as always. Thank you for the support, really do appreciate that. So I got the Swan Lake free members free gift from Hunkydory yesterday, so super quick postage from them. So I did get the sort of bundle rather than just the pack, so I'll just take you through the bundle. So you got this lovely little tag pad with all of the images in, and this does seem to be matte-tastic for this. You've also got the 8 foiled edge-to-edge foiled cardstock. Just pop that to the side. You've got your inserts as well. I've got to open those so we will know what the inserts are like. And then you've got the actual kit. So you've got 4 different topper pages, and you've got 1 piece of foiled and 1 piece of just printed card for each. The kit does say it makes at least 8. That's assuming that you're just going to take one of these backing sheets and just fold it in half and stick a topper on. As you know, I'm sure you can make much more than that. You've got all of these toppers on each sheet, so there is plenty there to be going on with. So this is Together Forever. We've got the 2 swans flying and the little rabbits hugging, and you've got this pretty floral. You've got your foil along the top there with your swans. You've got obviously more swans. You've got the 1 swan flying with the little mouse in a basket. This little cute mouse appears quite a lot in this one. I love this printed background. I think it's so pretty. I'm not sure if it could go either way. I think probably best would be to go that way. And then again, you've got the foiled with the little heart motif going through, and you've got your mouse and your swan there. Let's just turn that one over. Again with the swans, you've got the rabbit on his little paddle on his lily leaf. You've got 2 little mices on this one. Borders, obviously, different shaped toppers again absolutely stunning. You've got this printed piece. You've got the swan and the mouse, and again the foiling on this side, and you've got this lovely leafy floral design in the middle. And then you've got your swans again, rabbits, mice, rabbits and swans. Every little topper, you know, there's so much detail in them. It's just stunning. There's your printed one, and then there's your last foiled one. Again, you've got this foiling all around the edge. So I thought I would have a little play with this one for my first card. So let's pop that out of the way. I'll put that down there for a second. Okay, so if I move those to there. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in a piece of A3 card. Okay, and I need to cut this at 16 inches. So obviously I haven't got a ruler long enough. My trimmer doesn't go long enough, so I'm just going to use my mat and just mark the 16 on there. I'm going to bring my trimmer in, and we'll just cut that edge off. Okay, and then I'm lucky enough that with this tonic super trimmer, I think it's called, it has an embossing blade as well. So I'm going to pop that one in, and I'm going to start from this end here, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch first of all. Giving that a good press down, and then I'm going to go to 2 inches, and then what I can do is turn that around. So I was going by these markings on this side. So from 2 we need to go to 3, and then to 4.5. that good press down. And then I'm going to do exactly the same again on this other side. So I'm taking that to 1/2 inch, taking it to 2, and bring that round. Take that to 3, and then to 4.5. Okay. And then what I'll do is just put my blade out ready. Just watching my fingers because it wouldn't be the first time I cut myself doing that. Okay, so you've got 1/2 inch, 1.5 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, then there's 7, and then there's 1.5 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and 1/2 inch. Okay, and then because my trimmer is not long enough for me to cut it that way, what I'm going to do is just fold one of these over nicely, give it burnish down, it should be wide enough, and then if I take my arm out and I'm taking that to 8 inches. Okay, so we've got some nice big piece of spare card there, and if you wanted to, you could make, because it's all scored in the same way, if you folded it over, you could make a smaller version of what we're doing with the larger piece. So let's pop this out a second and put this together. So what I'm doing is a bridge card with our floating topper on, so we will be using some acetate to achieve that look. I'm just going to go and burnish all of these down. This one. And then what I'm going to do is get that assembled. So this is going to assemble like so. Okay, so this is the bit we're going to decorate in the middle. A lot of this you're not going to see. In terms of making sure that I get those square, I'll show you the trick I use to do that. I'm going to grab my scissors. I'll find the end of my red liner tape. There we go. So I'm just going to take a nice long piece of this. And I'm just going to pop that along there. Could have used my wider tape actually. There is a slightly thicker one. Let's use this one. Let's see if it's any easier to find the end. There. And I am going to be putting some construction glue on as well, just security with the sticking. So I'm burnishing those down, peeling those off, and if I bring in my alcohol glue, construction glue, just popping that on that edge. And then what I do is, if I make sure I fold this under, she says, and then I've got 2 pieces there, so bear with me, let me just squash that down and then I'll show you. So I've got my my tag underneath, so my tab for gluing down, and then I've got 2 of the columns, so that I know that because I've put it straight like this, it's had to go square onto that piece of card, so when that folds up it's a perfect square, like so. Okay, so I'll just show you that again, and try and do it with a bit more, try and make a bit more sense of it. So just pop my red liner tape on again. So again, just straight along that back, and this is the super sticky one, so it's super tacky, so it gives us a good quick stick. And then the all-purpose glue just gives me that bit longer. Okay, so if you try and work out where it's going to be, you've got that chance that you might be off, and that means when you do fold it flat to go into a card, it may not lie flat. Okay, so if I come in with my glue again, just put a bit there, I'm going to pop it down at both ends. Got my 2 columns there, got a bit of glue oozing out, let's just get rid of that. And then we've got our square towers. Okay, and they will fold flat, or flat is that, there we go, flat, like so. So that means if you wanted to put it in an envelope, even though we'll put a bit of decorating on, it will go in a flatter envelope, but it would be a 10 by 8 one. Okay, so I can see there's just a little end there where it's the cutter rather than the actual sticking. So I'm just going to trim that up. Okay, so there's the base of our card. So let's bring in our trimmer, and I'm going to grab some gold card first of all, because we have got, no we haven't, I need silver card, sorry, because we've got silver foiling on this kit, which is nice to see. So I'm going to start by going, let's pull this arm out, I'm going to go 2 notches under the 7 and 2 notches under the 8. And there is a chance I may need to cut this down. No, sorry, 2 notches under the 5. So yeah, 5. Sorry, it's 7 from there to there, but the piece in the middle is 5. So 5 by 8 is the space we're filling. And then we just want to get that in, but we want a little bit of a border, and I will just have to take another little bit off. So I'm going to take that down to 4 3/4. And we'll just see what it looks like. And that's looking good. Okay. So the next bit I want to cut is from the backing piece. So I'm going to turn it around this way because I want to keep these swans in. So we were 4 3/4 before, so I'm going to bring that down to just 2 notches over the 4 1/2. And I am cutting a little bit of my swans off, but that's not a problem. And I need to come 4 notches under the 8. And that should fit quite nicely onto my mat. There we go. So that one's going to go into there like so. And then I also want to cut some mats for here. So these are 1 by 8, 1 inch by 8. Not my favourite sizes to cut, as you'll know, because 1 inch I think is the hardest measurement to cut in the history of craft ever. So let's just pop that to the side a second. So I'm going to come in with my silver, and I'm going 2 notches below the 1. I'm just going to double check that that will fit okay. I'll just try 1 inch. I think 1 inch is going to be too big. Oops. I'm right with 1 inch actually. So 1 inch. And then we need to bring that to, let's try the 8. Again, I may just have to trim that down a little bit more. Yeah, that one needs to be the 2 notches below the 8. Let's have a look there. That's perfect. and then 8, so 2 notches below the 8, so they are 1 inch and 2 notches below the 8 long. And then I'm going to bring in some more from here, and I'm going to go 2 notches below the 1, and same again. Oops, there's that. And I am going to go 2 notches below the 8. So this should pretty much marry up perfectly. And I quite like the fact that I've got my swan on here. So it kind of is going to look like there's, you know, more than one swan on this lake. It's going to look like there's at least 6. Even though really they're quite territorial animals. So you probably wouldn't have more than one pair in any one place. Okay, and the next thing, I don't know if you can see, just a piece of acetate, and I'm going to come, let's see, let's come 2 notches under the 7. And I'm going to take that to 8. And just measure that, so that's got to go on the front of there. That's perfect. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's do a little bit of assembling. Smooth those, move those. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my all-purpose. As always, just be careful with all-purpose and your mirror card, because it can take the mirror off. I'm just going to pop that in nice and centrally. There we go. And then again with our backing card, strings again. And then we'll pop our swans on. Like so. Nice squash down, make sure it's nice and even. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just bring my acetate. I'm going to pop some more red liner tape on each edge. Wondering whether I should go a little wider. Let me go with that slightly wider one. Not sure it is all that wider, to be honest with you, but it looks wider from a distance, so we'll use it. Right, let's pop that onto the very end. And this card, the way I'm doing it, it should hide all of these workings quite nicely, so I don't have to worry about where I'm getting this tape. I'm hoping that's not gone over too far, but time will tell. And the other thing just to be careful is that you don't sort of put it too tight, that your acetate sort of rocks up a little bit, sort of bunches up. Okay, so I'm going to bring a little bit of tacky glue, just going to bring that around the edges. It's mostly going to be our tape that's going to be doing the work for us. So let's get this on there quite nicely. Give that a good press down. And if I take the other end off, again a little bit of tacky glue. I might have overshot it with this. We have, so I've put that in the wrong place. That's what the problem is. Let's see if I can. Oh, it's been acetate. It's coming off quite nicely, so let's just pop that Sorry about this. So I'm just trying to get the bottom lined up as well as the top. So let's see how that stands. So I will trim that. So I have gone a bit wonky there. So I'm just going to trim off this acetate from the back. And nobody will know, apart from you guys. So there we go. So we've got our acetate on there. So the next thing I can do now is to hide that. I'm going to use my tacky glue on the back of here, just because I think it sticks a little better on acetate. Pop that straight to there. Just trying to get that nice and even. It's a little bit hard to see with my lights. There we go, and then I can come in with my all-purpose, spread around. Okay. Then again with this tacky glue. Nice amount on. Okay, so for some reason this sheet, I think it's cut a little bit out there, so it's not been die cut right through. So I have gone through it, round it with my knife. It's not looking the best, I have to be honest. My cutting skills are not the best. I'm just checking to see if these are the same size. It's not. And they're not. So, okay. Let's come up with another plan. So they're scored, they're just not cut all the way through. Let me have a look at the other toppers and see if there's another one I can use. So it's a shame, but I think that is going to be the best one. Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so another change of plan. Just had a quick word with Mum. I've nicked hers out of her pack. As you can see, hers is cut properly. So okay. So I'm going to pop these layers out. And again. That one, and I'm missing this layer out, so I'm just going to be going with the pink oval and our swans. So just going to pop those probably around about there, I think. So I'm just going to come in with some tacky glue on each corner. I am just going to put a little blob in the middle, because I don't want to put too much glue on the actual inside of it. So just want enough just so it sticks to it, but not so much that you can see it all through. And then this one, of course, we are going to raise up. So this does mean that you may see some foam pads from behind. if you wanted to, you could cut another oval to pop on the inside to hide these workings. I'm not going to do that today. I may do it at a later date, but when I package it up for it to go somewhere. Just taking these foam pads off. Glue on, and then we can come in the middle there, like so. Okay, and then just to finish, my favourite drops, I'm going to use some of these clear ones. Just grab these, just because then it looks like water. I want to be the sentiment as well. So I'm going to do this sentiment on mine will come off, whether it's the whole sheet. It looks like it's the whole sheet. Okay, back to Mum's. Let's go Robin. So we could go with happy anniversary. Got a little swan there. I'm going to take her. I think I will go with the anniversary. And I'm going to steal this flower as well. Better not take too many bits, else Mum will not be happy. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, and these are quite nice big droplets, and these are not the self-adhesive ones, these are the ones that I got from AliExpress. AliExpress. So put that one there, and then I'll straighten those in a second. 1, 2, 3. Just bring those back round. Try and get them nice and straight. Sometimes it looks straight to my eye, and then when I watch it on the YouTube, I think, oh my goodness, those are so out. Okay, so then we've got our little swan. We've got our little happy anniversary, and I've got my little flower. So let's grab a couple of foam pads, because these will go on the sides, so just to add a little bit of interest. And let's go with a slightly bigger piece for that one. There we go. See glue strings across the acetate, so I will get that taken off in a second. And then this one is going to go here, like so. And then my little flower is going to go up the top, like so. And then my other swan, put that underneath. So because we've done that 1.5, it's quite a nice depth to get your hand behind if you needed to move anything about underneath there. Okay, so that is the first one done. Like I say, that will go into an envelope. I probably would put it in a box, to be honest with you, so that, you know, whoever's opening it has got that full impact and they can just literally just stand it up on their shelf. And because sometimes with the concept cards, they look fantastic and I quite enjoy doing them, but I've noticed, like when I've given them to people, if they're not card people, they may not necessarily know how they go together. So if I'm there, which most times I am, to be honest, to show them, you know, it's not a problem. But just if I wasn't there, some of the people I send cards to might not necessarily know. But I think that in a box, and that's quite a nice little statement card for an anniversary. If it was a special one, you could put numbers on, something like that. I'm going to get cleared down, and I'm going to make another card for you. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, so for the second one, I'm going to be using this A Beautiful Day. And obviously I've got the 2 pieces of cardstock there that I'm probably going to use. So I've got a 6x12 card blank, and I'm going to come in with my score tool, and I'm going to score that 2 inches on one side and 4 inches on the other side. So let's pop that one out of the way, and then just burnish those down. So we've just got a card that opens just a little differently, and the reason why I've done that is because I think this shape sort of lends itself to a sort of buckley shape, so that's why I've done that. So we've got 4 inches on one side, 2 inches on the other. We still got 6 in the middle. So let's grab the trimmer, and I've got a piece of silver here. So I'm going to put the inside, the insert on the inside, but I'm going to put that on a silver mat. So that we're just going to cut as 2 notches under the 6 and 2 notches under the 6, and then this piece needs to be 2 notches under 2 and 2 notches under 6, and that should fit onto there quite nicely. And I need another little piece of silver, and this is going to be 2 notches under 4 inches and 2 notches under the 6, and that should fit onto that side quite nicely, and it does. So then I'm going to bring in this cardstock here, and I want this to go on this left side, which is the 4-inch one. So I'm going to cut myself a piece which is going to be 4 notches under the 4, and I need it to be 4 notches under the 6, but I want that to be quite even. So we need to take, where are we? So we're just over 8 inches, so we need to take about, let's take it to the bottom of this design here, and then I can see where I want to go from there. So because we're going to have to take quite a bit of it off, so do I want to keep some of that, or shall I just keep the flowers? Let's take it to there. So we're just going to have flowers. We're still going to have to take a chunk off. So let's have less flowers at the top. Let's see, how does that fit on? Does it fit on quite nicely? And it does. Okay, so we've got some blue pieces there. We may incorporate those later on. And then I want to take the piece for the 2-inch off of this piece here. So actually I can go the other way around, because I've got a 2-inch mark in there, and I need to be 4 notches below that. So that's going to be there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 6. And that should fit on our smaller piece, like so. So we can pop this away. No, we can't, we need the insert. So let's grab that packet. I haven't actually opened it yet. So let's see. So I think we'll use the one. And there's also papers in here, guys. So they are super nice as well. So I'll just show you those quickly. So you've got the flowers, the mouse in the basket, more flowers, your swans and your bunnies, your swans and your bunnies again, different colourways, this beautiful leafy, and then we're two inserts. So this is the one we're going to need. So let's pop those out of the way. That one out of the way, and this needs to be 4 notches with the 6, and easy choice to get rid of that white, and that should fit on our inside piece. Okay, so let's do some assembling. So I'll start with the inside first of all. Just open that up nicely. And I'll come in with my all-purpose. There we go. String again. And that's on. Just being careful, make sure that you don't put it anywhere near, anywhere near those creases, otherwise your card won't fold right. And also just make sure you get it nice and straight. You can see for some reason that's lifting there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of, so I'll take care of that. And then again, a nice little bit of glue on the inside, not too near the edges. And I'm just going to give it quite a good squash down, because what I don't want is the glue to pool under there, and then when somebody comes to write on, you know, like when you've got something under your paper. So just give that a good press down, and you can just see a tiny hint of it, because you know there is that tiny gap there which helps you open the card, and it's not any measuring error, it's just the way cards are made with just a little bit of a leading edge that is easy to get into. So let's go in with our mirror card on this side. Nice and straight. Don't know why I keep pressing so hard and moving it lately. There we go, and then that's that one. Oh, we'll put this one on as well. Nice big blue one there, and we said we were going to have the shorter edge at the top. Now that's on, I can see that's just on the wonk. There we go, that's better. And then we've got this piece here. Put that straight onto there. And then this piece. Just going with the outside, the silver closest to the outside edge, because our topper is going to come over some of this way, so I still want people to be able to see that beautiful foiling. Okay, and then I'm going to come with this one here, popping it out. As you can see, that one is cut nicely. And then we've got Mum, you are amazing, wishing you a beautiful day, time to celebrate. Let's go with Mum, you are amazing, because they are amazing. Okay, so I'm going to pop this out of all of these frames. Oops. There we go. This one will go on there. I think I'll leave it in the silver one. If I want that over a little bit more, so that could be. No, I'm going to have it like so. Okay, so this one I'm going to glue flat. So just going to glue with my tacky glue just around about half the way across, I guess, because I don't want any glue coming over this other side. So I'm just going to, oops, that's on the move. I'm just lining up these points to a similar sort of point on the actual page, and then I can go in, just put a little bit of glue behind there. That will keep that one down. And then if I come back to my foam pads, just checking that's fine. So we just want foam pads on this left side. So, and I'm putting them over both just to make sure it keeps them together for me. I don't want them to come apart. Use my scissors, there they be. Just pop a bit on there as well. Might as well use these up. Okay. Just going to peel this one off. Okay, so apologies, my camera is playing up a little bit today. I was just thinking to myself it's behaved for quite a while, but obviously jinxed it. So I'm hoping it's not missed anything, but I'll fill you in if I need you to. I'll put it on the screen. So we've got to there. Obviously, you know, that's going to hang over, so you're not going to get as much definition there, but that's fine. You could, if you wanted to, just put a foam pad on the back. Sometimes I have done that, but I just think it's going to be fine as it is, so that's not a problem. The other thing I could do, although I'm just thinking just a way around that, if I pop out one of these little flowers, and if I grab myself a little foam pad, and this one's not as high as those, so let's just pop those onto there. And I'm going to pop myself a little bit of glue on. And I'm going to pop that flower there on the inside. That way when the card is closed, it is given a bit of support behind, but you've also got that little bit of a detail when they open it. Okay, so we've got our Mum, You Are Amazing. I'm just going to grab a slightly deeper pad, I think. Let me just oops, grab these Crafters Companion ones. These are the slightly bigger ones. Didn't even know I had these nice big ones, but there you go. So let's just pop that onto there, to there. Let's see, so that's fine. There. I'm going to pop that one there. then I'm bringing in, so I've got these blue gems, so I'm going to pick these sort of lighter ones, and if I just pop a little bit of glue, 1, 2, 3, just to give that a little bit of help, and we'll go with this big one here, just because it's for, if it's for mum, you really have to make an effort, don't you? And it's Mother's Day, what, March, so it's not far away now, is it? So 1, 2, and then 3. There we go. Oops, that's not quite in the middle. There we go, that's off with that. And then lastly, just to finish things off, just going to bring in a little bit of ribbon. It is a slightly darker blue than the pastels that we've got, but it is like one of these clear ones, so just pop that round. Let me just go a bit nearer the end so I'm not wasting quite so much. Cutting in the middle. So just pulling that a little tighter. And then I need a little bit of blue gel. Just going to decide where I'm going to put this. I'm going to pop it there, the bottom of there. That's there. And then lastly, just to finish, I'm going to use my clear sparkle overlay pen from Crafter's Companion. And I'm just going to bring a little bit of sparkle to this swan. Just because it looks fabulous as it is doesn't mean you can't add some more. There we go, so that will pick up the light. And that's the second one. So we've got a Mum You Are Amazing and a happy anniversary for today. Okay, so that's all for today. So next time it will be Crafter's Companion. Not sure yet what I'm going to be doing with their stuff. So probably going to go down the route maybe Valentine or something like that, but we'll see. I know they've been doing a lot today with sort of layering dies, which I did enjoy watching with Craig. So it may inspire me to get those out again, so I may go down that route. When I come back with Hunkydory, I'm going to come back to this Swan Lake again. I want to make a box. I've got the tag pad to use, so I want to make a box, so maybe a special card with a special box to go with it, but more on that when we come to it. But that's it for today. Like I say, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.